I'm going to go to the town centre and I'm going to get a British flag, I'm going to put petrol over it, and I'm going to insult the flag, and I'm going to insult Churchill.
Check out our sponsors, Nature's Blends. They specialize in premium Ethiopian black seed products. The website is in the description link below. You can also use the discount code SALAM10 for 10% off their products.
Okay guys, so basically, what's your name? Kev came here and he said, Ali, wave the British flag. Now, I said, why do you need me to wave the British flag? What's the reason? But I wanted to make a point. He allowed me to use the flag with consent, yeah? Okay. I want to ask you a question, yeah? I used to live in a town called Grimsby. Has everyone heard of Grimsby? Okay, I used to live there. I used to get into trouble in London before I came to Islam. I used to be involved in gangs and stuff like that, yeah? I think you need to pay me royalties for this, please, sir, yeah? Thank you. Anyways, so I used to live there for about 5-6 years. I used to get into a lot of fights. I used to be called P-A-K-I all day, every day, even though I'm Kurdish, yeah? And so it was a very racist town. I used to get into fights day in, day out. If I go to Grimsby, and they are quite, I would say, British nationalists, you know, they're proud. If I have this flag and I set it on fire, I put petrol over it, I set it on fire, and I say, I hate Britain, what will happen to me?
People would be angry, wouldn't they?
Angry? What else do you think will happen to me? I'll be attacked? In what way? Like, slapped, punched, stabbed? Potentially.
Yeah.
Are they to blame or am I to blame? If that happened. So if I went out my way...
Go on, say that again.
Okay. So basically... Okay, I leave London, I travel all the way to North. I'm like, where is the most British nationalist? Grimsby. I'm going to go all the way to Grimsby. I'm going to go to the town centre and I'm going to get a British flag. I'm going to put petrol over it and I'm going to insult the flag and I'm going to insult Churchill and I'm going to say... who's to blame at this instance? And I'm getting attacked. Imagine somebody comes in with a baseball bat, yeah, and they're attacking me. Are they to blame or am I to blame?
Technically, so they are to blame technically, but then my view would be, why are you so stupid enough to be sat there with a Union Jack
and provoking people
by burning it? Why would you do that?
That's a good question. So the reason why I'm doing this question, what's your name, sir? Tom. How you doing, Tom? You all right?
All right.
Yes, I like the swagger, by the way. Yes, I'm working on mine, but it's still in the process. Yes. So now the question is the following: freedom of speech, does it really exist? Does the formula, when we apply it, really work? It doesn't. And what happened is that, for example, we have people who come and insult Islam. They insult the Quran, they insult the Prophet Muhammad, and people make it seem, and by the way, Kev, yeah? So the thing is here, people make it seem like it's exclusive to Islam. It's only the Muslims that can't deal with freedom of speech. And we're like, hold on a second. If I went to Peckham, who's from Peckham? No, I know you're from Peckham, cameraman, relax yourself, big up the ends. You're from Peckham, yeah? If I went to Peckham, a black community, and I said, I hate Niggers, do you think the people in Peckham will be like, look, mate, you know, we have a right to freedom of speech and what will happen to me?
I think they kick your ass.
I think there might be a drive-by.
Yeah.
I think there might be a little drive-by. Let's be real here, yeah? The point is the following. Every community has individuals who might say, look, like for example, we have people who come in and insult the Prophet. I ignore them. I've got time for them. That's hate. I don't want anything to do with that. I do my thing. But there are also people in our community as Muslims who would go and do something crazy that happened 2 weeks ago, right? The question is this: is it exclusive to Islam? No, it's not. Because if I was to go to Grimsby, and there was, like, I had a lot of white mates. To this day I have white mates, yeah? If I went to them and I said, I hate Churchill was blah, and I burnt the flag, I'm not going to expect them to say, well, Ali, you know, we defend your freedom of speech. Of course you're not. And we know what happened at Tommy Robinson's march when me and Mohammed Hijab, we nearly got killed, yeah? And we went and okay, all right, I got punched. We got punched, let's say, yeah? Let's say we got punched, yeah? But if they had the means, I think they wouldn't let us live. The point is this, and I was invited to Tommy Robinson's event. It wasn't that I went there, I didn't turn up, like, without being invited. I was invited to give, it's a freedom of speech event, but I was stopped because I'm a Muslim. The point here is, and the reason why I was stopped is because the FLA, the Football Lads Alliance, said to Tommy Robinson, if he goes up there, he's not coming down, yeah? So the point here is the following, that if people are provoked, you're an idiot, I'll be an idiot to go to Grimsby, hold that flag and burn it, and I will be to blame. And he said, absolutely, and I admire your honesty. And this is what we need to talk about here, because people make it seem like it's only the Muslims that get upset. No, we're not the only people that get upset. Anyone would. If this was it's not a Christian country anymore in that sense. There is a lot of atheism. If I went to Russia, they're quite Christian, Orthodox, and I went and insulted the church, I'm gonna get kicked in the face. The point I'm trying to make here is freedom of speech is a dream, and in real life it doesn't exist. Would you agree?
Not behaving give you the right.
Sorry, say that again. I can't hear you.
Well, you've been good. You're working out though, innit?
So if we
Yeah, sorry.
accept the point,
Can
and I agree with
you come here, please? Sorry.
I accept the point
Yeah.
that if you were to go to Grimsby
Yeah.
and burn a British flag
Yeah.
and you to get beaten up, the people who are beating you up are doing
Yeah.
morally
Are you
legal,
going?
however you want to conceptualize it,
Yeah.
are doing a wrong action.
Oh, can you move outside? Sorry. Come here.
What an honour! What an honour!
Why is it honor? Am I the king? What is it? I'm a nobody. Yeah.
So why is it the case
Yeah.
that if someone else commits a wrong act,
Yes.
that justifies you doing a wrong act? Like why?
No, it doesn't, but that's my point. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying just because someone else does it, I'm going to do it. I'm making a point here. I would never do that.
Good. Nor would I, for that matter.
I would never do that. No, it's okay. I can do that. I would never do that. My point is the following. Where are you from?
I'm from Edgware.
Edgeware, yeah? Your background, you're British?
Complicated.
You want Britain to be about British?
I'm not sure what that means.
Okay, neither do I. I heard it somewhere. So the point is this, yeah, is if someone provokes a group of individuals,
Yeah.
do we agree that there'll be people who might come
Wait,
and...
but we can separate between the kind of the fact that there will be consequences. We can separate from that where there should or shouldn't be consequences.
No, not
The
should
fact
or
doesn't
shouldn't.
the fact doesn't imply moral judgment.
No, but
And then you're deriving moral judgment.
No.
from that.
Would there be an action to that?
Well, there would, but that doesn't imply anything about what that you have the right to do or not.
No,
to
I'm
do.
not saying. I've never said they do it. I want to do it.
No. So you're inferring from kind of facts about how people behave
Yeah.
in immoral ways, facts about what should and shouldn't happen.
Well,
And so you're inferring from the actions of immoral people what actions are moral or not. And I take objection to that.
No. What I'm saying is the following: if an individual here provokes a certain group
Yeah.
of people, and that person is attacked,
Yes.
they have provoked and they play a part in that because they've provoked it, and that is not.
Well, the point is.
Would they or not? That's the question.
The point is within some reasonable boundary. Exactly what that is, we can have
No, but
another.
the people who
argument.
carry the attack don't follow the reasonable boundaries.
No, right. But what you're doing further on in your argument. Let me make sure I've understood your argument correctly.
All right.
So your argument is you're certain, and I think you're probably broadly on the money here, that if you were to go to X place and do Y action, which was in your legal moral rights,
Yeah.
we'll kind of ignore any distinction between legality and morality for the
Okay.
purpose of this
Yeah.
argument, because that's a thing we
Yeah.
can deal with another day. You're saying if we were to go to that situation and then you were to get attacked, so you're deriving from that freedom of speech shouldn't exist.
No, it shouldn't
And what you're
exist.
deriving
It doesn't
is you're
exist.
deriving- but that's not quite what freedom of speech means.
What does freedom of speech mean?
So what you're doing is you're deriving a fact from how immoral people behave in a way which we agree is wrong.
Yes.
As in we all agree. I think everybody would agree here. However much we could have an argument about your right to burn the flag or not, we would agree that anyone who beat you up, in virtue of that, has committed a morally.
No, it's a legal crime. Yes. It's a legal crime, but the application of freedom of speech, do we see the effects of it working or not working?
You're deriving moral facts from immoral people. You're deriving facts about the way the world should be from the way the world is, but not even from the way the world is.
We have to.
But you're not dealing. You're saying you're not deriving it from a fact based upon how you think the world should morally be.
No, it is a fact based. Freedom of speech is a dream based.
Not just a fact. You're deriving. What you're doing is you're saying there are people who behave in ways we disagree with.
Yes.
Okay, and you're deriving from a fact about that the way you think the world should be. And I don't see why. And I don't see why you should.
100%.
I don't see why you should determine how you think the world should be based on people who you vehemently disagree with.
No, we have to.
Surely the onus is on those people. Your onus should be to make those people behave. Surely what you should be looking towards.
That's dreaming.
Surely what you should be looking towards is a world in which people accept enough extent of freedom of speech to the extent that if they see you burning a British flag, their response is not. And freedom of speech does not mean the response. Does not mean you kind of have the right to then does not mean you have the right to not have the consequence in terms of that someone can't have an argument with you about that. All we're saying,
we're not talking about civilized discussion.
all we're asking, all you want is you want the right to be able to burn a flag or do some other provocative act, and you just want to be not attacked. I don't think that's a dream. I think the right that you can go and do a provocative act and then not be beaten up, I think it's reasonable.
That is an absolute dream. Let me tell you something. Because, hey, Ridwan, how you doing? Okay, yeah, good. No, yeah, good.
Just ask him a question. Does he believe there's freedom of speech here today?
I think freedom of speech. I think you have to unpick what you mean by that.
No.
In the first.
Can I?
Because no one thinks freedom of speech is actually the ability to say whatever
Sir, you asked me a question. One second. Let's not go somewhere. Ridwan, give me 1 second. The point here is this. Look, I would love a world where we hold hands like hippies, run around, yeah? I don't know, go for a jog or whatever, bruv. That's a dream world, and it's
but that's not the world you're looking for.
Sir, what's your name? What's your name? Adam, listen to me, please. Yeah, I've listened to you. No, I have understood you, but I don't know if you've understood me, because the thing is the following.
Okay.
Freedom of speech is a dream. The reason why it's a dream is because we can see the consequences. For example, Charlie Hebdo drew the prophet caricatures of the prophet, right?
Yes.
The whole world went on a mad one, like in the context where that's their freedom of speech, da. Well, last week somebody drew Macron as Hitler, and Macron is suing them. Macron, the guy who's freedom of speech advocate, is now suing.
Freedom of speech doesn't,
One second.
Freedom of speech doesn't mean the right to say whatever you want.
One second. Say that again.
No one's claiming that's what freedom of speech is.
What is it?
No one's claiming that freedom of speech is the right to say whatever you want in any context.
So then what is freedom of speech then? If you can't say whatever you like, how is freedom of speech?
Well, we clearly agree.
Terms and conditions.
Well, so
there's limits to freedom of speech. Okay, good. Now we're talking.
So we agree that an incitement to violence. So there's lots of different ways you can kind of do this. Like, so the most obvious one is an incitement to violence. So that is if someone stands up in speaker's corner and says,
violence, okay.
Well, so not violence, incitement to violence.
Yeah, incitement to violence.
So we agree that's wrong. There's also actions which kind of limit the. So it depends exactly. You can take a complicated view on exactly why you think you want free speech to be valuable.
Yeah.
So I would typically take the view that it's a necessary condition for a functioning democracy, and so that kind of gives you some limit. And so we can agree that if you speak in such a way that it limits the ability of others to speak freely, in the sense that you degrade another population or degrade another group. So the most classic example of this is racist behaviour. So if you speak in a racist way, that's problematic, obviously, because it's offensive.
Why is it problematic?
Well, it's problematic in a few different
ways. It's not inciting hatred.
Well, no, so it's problematic. So if you... It's about to get horrible, I might run. If it's problematic, so even if it's not incitement to violence, so the reason why we want free speech in the first place is to have a functioning democracy.
But
and
freedom of speech is used to question the government.
Right, exactly, and that's part of
no,
so let me explain. Yes. So what's part of that is you need all the different groups in society to be able to have an input into the democratic process.
Yes.
Okay, and so the problem is if I say something racist, which then degrades the ability of another group in society to say what they to express their opinion. Yeah. So if I was to say all people of X group are stupid, and I'm in a position of such authority, I'm clearly not. But if I was in such a position of authority that all people in group X are stupid enough such their opinions shouldn't be valued, if I can do that enough times and have enough impact on enough people, then what I can do is I can diminish from the functioning of democracy because I can stop that group from participating.
Okay, but in reality,
you get what I mean?
In practice,
you get what I mean?
Yeah. But in practice,
why do you disagree?
The point that I'm making, in practice, when you apply it, it doesn't work.
It does work.
Sir, I'm asking a simple question.
Yeah.
You go to a predominantly black area.
I think you haven't understood what I said.
No, I have, but I think we're talking about a bit two separate things here.
You asked me why free speech is worthwhile.
No, that's fine.
Do you reject
but
my
do you believe? Okay, no.
On the explanation I've just given you, which bit you disagree with?
No. You said, for example, a person of a stature makes a comment about a group of people. Yeah, to a certain extent that they are disregarded.
That undermines democracy.
That undermines them, yes. Okay. Yeah. That means that...
Can I ask you, do you believe in democracy?
No, I don't believe in democracy.
Why don't you believe in democracy?
I believe in Islamic law.
Why? So So
Because what God's saying, I believe that's the best for humankind.
what if you're wrong?
I believe that for
What if you're
myself.
wrong?
No, if I
What
have
if
to be
you're wrong?
I'm
What if
proven,
God isn't
I have to be
right?
proven
What if
wrong.
God isn't
I have to be
right?
proven
That's
wrong.
the good thing about democracy.
I have to be proven wrong. No, we
Which
can
is
discuss
if
it.
I'm wrong, there's the collective.
No, we can prove it wrong. But the
Okay.
point is this here. We're talking about
I'm a bit worried about having a discussion with someone who doesn't believe in democracy.
No. Why not? Why not? It's my freedom of speech.
Well, of course it's
If
your
you're-
freedom of
if
speech, but
you're-
you don't think I should have the freedom of speech to like democracy. Whereas
No,
as a
I never-
Democrat,
I
I'm happy to give you the
never-
freedom
I never
of
said you
speech.
don't.
So
As a person that advocates democracy, you're saying.
I'm very happy for you to express whatever
Well, I'm
opinion you
trying to
like.
express it.
Within the bounds
You're
I've
not,
just
well,
set
you're
out.
not allowing me. Adam, hear me out, yeah? I'm saying in practice,
I didn't
if you
catch
go
your name, I'm sorry.
if you go to a predominantly black area community
Yes.
and you use the N word,
Yes.
what will happen to you?
Well, you're not very nice things.
No, but why not? Why? What happened to freedom of speech?
Well, that's a very different question.
Why?
There's two different
That's my
questions.
question being from
There's
the
two
start.
different questions. Well, you haven't. So you just asked me why.
I did. You came into the
support freedom of
conversation
speech.
without listening. Then that's not my fault.
So the point is there's a difference between the practice of the way different people interpret freedom of speech. So if there are some people out there who don't respect, well, so it depends in the context in which you're using it, and it's almost certainly an unacceptable thing to say. And I would agree. Anyone who says it is
But isn't the black community then limiting my freedom of speech?
well, yes, they are, but it's
So-
justified. But it's justified for the reason I've just
Okay.
explained.
So okay, 1 second.
Which is-
so if somebody
No, I'm not justifying.
not justifying the assault.
I'm not
It's
justifying
not
the
justifying
assault.
assault.
I'm justifying there should be some legal
No,
limit on
1
him
second.
saying.
Who is at fault? We asked the people here. They said you've been
Because
because you're
if you use
provoking
that
them.
word-
You're at fault. You're an idiot. You're provoking them.
That's not. Well,
Acting out violently.
So
No,
there are
1
people
second.
acting out violently,
1
but
second.
You legally shouldn't be allowed
No,
to say
1
that.
second.
And why should you
Legally-
not be allowed to
legally-
say that? Because if you say that word,
Adam.
you diminish from that group's
There you go.
ability to
Thank
participate
you.
in society.
So in reality, yes, you
If they
do.
jure all the laws are the same applied for them, then how would it act?
No,
So
because
the
you're
point is-
going against human psychology. What you're saying
the
is,
point
guys,
is
I'm going to insult you and call you the N word. You can't do nothing about it. Let's say you
they
can.
insult me back
So the
all
point-
they want. And vice versa.
No.
Anyone can insult anyone.
But there are people who are not going to insult but want to get violent.
Yeah, sure, and then they'll go to jail for it.
No problem. They can go to jail. But
Good.
does that exist within our community?
Yes.
If that exists within our community, then does the application of freedom of speech work or doesn't work?
Wait, so say that again.
Okay, if you're gonna have in any group, Muslim, Christian, Jewish, black, white, green, blue, aliens, yeah?
Yeah.
If we go and insult them
Yeah.
and provoke them, and they
Provoke's different to insult.
no, you insult and provoke. When you're insulting, you're provoking.
No, but they're
Yeah,
not one and the same.
well, they might not be the same, but one leads to another. If you're insulting
Okay,
and
yeah.
it provokes them.
Yeah, sure,
so the
sure.
point is the following, that if an individual does that continuously,
Yeah.
and there are a group of people in that community who say ignore, there are a group of people
but
in
then
the
you have legal
What I'm saying
recourse
is,
and say
what I'm
harassment.
saying
Let me
is,
finish.
what I'm saying is the right to do that is not a right under freedom of speech.
Adam, let me finish.
But it
Because you're
is.
diminishing. No, it's not.
Can I make my
But
point?
it is. It's
not
1
because
second.
it is.
I'm disagreeing with both. Let me finish. if a group of people say we will ignore that person who spews hate, another person says we'll swear back, and another group of people say we will try to punch them physically.
Okay.
The point here is the following: the application of freedom of speech doesn't apply and work in the real world. Am I right or wrong?
Okay, that's more interesting actually. I don't think it's consistently applied, but could it be consistently applied? I think so, yeah.
What do you mean by
As in, so for example, I don't think we actually adhere to proper freedom of speech, which would be to say you can basically say anything, irrespective of how insulting it is, as long as it's not an incitement to violence.
Okay, so if someone is not inciting to violence,
Yeah.
but they go out and do this, and a group of or an individual, an individual decides to take action physically,
Yeah.
who is to blame?